It was in the beginning of this year that I had my first ever burnout. Pulled onto the side of the road, started bawling my eyes out. I was by myself. I was driving Uber, and it completely caught me off guard. I had just gotten back from visiting family and friends on the East Coast, and I had this moment of a breakdown. I started crying. I was walking myself through what was going in my mind of, why are you so sad? Why are you doing this to yourself? You have everything you could ask for in your life. You have family and friends that support you. You're working on something that you believe in. You're healthy. And I had finally hit a wall. It's a weird start to the year, a weird moment, but I think this is a good moment that I'm learning a lot from. And so I hope this can be helpful to somebody out there. And also I just want to be authentically me and tell my truth and show you guys and gals that I'm like all of you who has highs, lows, emotional roller coasters. And I broke down, and it ultimately ended up being a burnout. And ever since that, being in the January of this year, now it's June, I have been very conscious of avoiding that to happen ever again. And I think it is through some of these steps that have helped me avoid the burnout. I know a lot of people out there follow my content and see, I had somebody chime in recently, do you ever sleep? Sleeping is important. I've just trained myself, and I know how much sleep I need, and I know how to hack myself into avoiding that burnout. So these are the 5 steps that help me avoid the burnout, and I hope it can possibly help you too. The first being the most important, and I think this is so important, is paying attention to your health, prioritizing your health. And I'm breaking that down 3 ways. 1, your physical health. I think it's extremely important to be working out 5 to 6 days a week. If you want to go walk, if you want to run, whatever that might look like for you, that's totally up to you. For me personally, I like going to the gym. I like lifting some weights, trying to get big like Arnold, and I like going for runs. So I try to lift weights 5 days a week. I try to run 5 days a week. The mental health is where I try to meditate, and I try to calm my thoughts down, and I try to slow down. Our minds are always running 1,000 miles an hour, and I try to slow it all down to just breathing in and out. And I tend to do that in the morning after the gym in the sauna, and that is a huge help to me, and it kind of sets the bar for the day. One thought at a time, being calm, being at ease, being present, and it's been extremely helpful in my life. And then thirdly, being food, what we feed ourselves. Look at your body as a vehicle. What you put into it is exactly what you're going to get out of it. I'm all about operating at my highest potential, and I have found to really prioritize my dieting, eating healthy foods, vegetables, clean proteins, fueling my body with lots of liquids such as water, and of course coffee. I know we probably shouldn't be drinking as much coffee as I do, but I found that coffee and liquids and the high proteins extremely helpful. So the first being prioritizing health, physical, mental, and feeding yourself the right foods. Secondly, I have found the importance of communicating with family and friends, whether it's just a text message or a FaceTime. Just taking the moment to show appreciation and love to my mom, my father, my sister, sending them a text just saying, hey, thinking of you, hope you have a great day. It makes me feel good because I'm so caught up in grinding and hashtag putting in that work, hashtag doing the thing, and podcasting, driving Uber, creating vlogs like this, networking, all this stuff, that just that one little text message goes a long way. And they get it. My parents get it. I FaceTime both them and my sister at least once a week. I try to do it more. But even just a little bit of communication with them, just saying, hi, I'm thinking of you, it makes me feel better because I'm trying to put a little bit more effort into saying like, hey, listen, I love you. I'm thinking about you. I'm just trying to build the Bearded Man empire, and it takes a lot of time and effort, but fortunately they get it and they're there to support me. And whether that's with friends too, I think really super important what I've been trying to do is just showing love and support to people that inspire me, whether it's going to an event that they're having or, sending them a text message saying, hey, I really appreciated this piece of content that you've created, or commenting on their photos or Instagrams, just trying to show love and appreciation that I respect and I love what they're doing. And it kind of distracts me from the day-to-day grind of what I'm hustling towards. And just that love of giving out love and showing support to other people, I have found that to be extremely helpful and helping my mental of just staying focused, staying present, and getting inspired by the people that I'm surrounded by. Thirdly, what I think is extremely important is pumping the brakes when I can feel the breakdown coming. The burnout is amongst us. I can feel it coming. And I've learned to just not be afraid to hit the brakes, to stop. If I feel that anxiousness inside of me, or I feel that if I keep going full throttle, I can tell that my mental is just, it's not looking too hot. I'm okay with pumping the brakes. I'm recognizing how important it is to slow down and to go to these events and to grab brunch and to make that phone call or whatever it might be. Pumping the brakes is okay. It's good. You're supposed to. If we run at 1,000 miles an hour and we are constantly working all week long, we keep doing this day in, day out, we don't ever slow down, we're never gonna just appreciate life. And that scares me because as somebody who's really in tune to the whole, this is a one-shot deal, this is one life we have to live, it's true, and so obviously trying to build an empire, the Bearded Man empire, it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of grind, but I'm also recognizing that I need to pump the brakes every once in a while, watch a movie, watch some YouTube videos, listen to some podcasts, learn. That stuff has completely helped me so that when I can feel that burnout coming, I slow down. I'm okay with it because I know that this is very necessary and it's going to help me. There was a book that I recently read where the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, where they talk about you have to sharpen the saw. You keep trying to chop down that tree with a dull saw, it's going to take you forever. Where if you take a moment to step back, sharpen the saw, get back to it, you end up going 10 times harder because the saw is sharpened. So I found it to be extremely important. Every once in a while, pump the brakes. It's going to be okay. Don't worry about it. You'll get right back to it the next day or maybe later on in the day. 4th, counting the small wins, the 1 to 3 wins a day. Extremely, extremely, extremely important. I just put out a vlog talking about this, and that is literally a huge part of my life now that I'm even posting it on my Instagram stories to the people that follow the Bearded Man on IG. Just trying to force myself to think about what are the 1 to 3 wins today that I've gotten that are going to help me keep moving forward tomorrow. And it's so easy that we take these small wins for granted and we want the big thing. We want to see the big accomplishment. But we have to recognize that these 1 to 3 small wins a day are going to build up over time and they're going to help us get to these big goals. So forcing myself to almost every single day get on my Instagram at the end of the night and say, hey, 2 wins on the day, this happened. 1 win on the day, this happened. 3 wins on the day, this happened. Or also recently I'm writing it down on a notepad of my to-do list of the day and crossing them off as I do them. Yes, the to-do list is always running. There's always 10 more things I need to get done. But if I can count 1 to 3 of those that I crossed off on that day, that's a win. And that's great because that's putting me forward and it's helping me get towards what I'm working towards. So I found that counting these 1 to 3 wins a day is extremely helpful, extremely important, and it's showing me that I'm making progress. Yes, it's not the glitz and glamour. I'm not getting, a big thing roll out as much as we want to, see these big accomplishments every single day. But counting just the 1 to 3 wins a day has been extremely helpful and something that I will continuously do moving forward, whether it's saying it on my Instagram, whether it's writing it down, or just thinking about it and visualizing it. Very, very, very important. The last and most important piece, the 5th piece to how I avoid burnout is coming to peace with the fact that everything takes time. Everything in this world takes time. We almost have to fall in love with patience. And that's something I'm continuously working on, just trying to fall in love with the journey, fall in love with life 24 hours at a time, focusing on just this moment, being present, just worrying about this vlog. The only thing that I can control right now is what I'm creating. All great things take time. You hear it time and time again. And I think as soon as you can come to the realization that anytime you allow yourself to beat yourself up and to get stressed and overwhelmed because it's not all falling into place, whatever you're trying to do, it's a long-term game. All this is a long-term game. The sooner you can fall in love with the process, the sooner you can fall in love with accepting that it is going to take a long time to create something big, to do whatever it might be that you want to do, to chase these dreams, you're going to find much more joy in the day-to-day grind because you're going to be counting the 1 to 3 small wins a day. You're going to be staying in communication with the people that mean the most to you. You're going to be prioritizing your mental, physical health, feeding yourself the right foods, and you're also going to be okay with taking a step back and breathing every once in a while because you understand that all great things take time. Avoiding burnout is extremely important. I really, really suggest you find the things that help you avoid that burnout. These just tend to be some of the things that have helped me. I'm not saying it's going to help everybody, but 6 months later after having that burnout, I can definitely say that I have found a better way to stay conscious of the things that get me to that point of breaking. And when I can feel that I'm about to break, I stop. Toss in the towel. I'm cool. I'm relaxed. And I understand that there's always going to be tomorrow. But what matters is that I think at the end of the day, you have to find a way to always push the positivity first. You're going to have those low moments and cry it out because it feels great. It felt great just letting out the emotions. But know that that's not going to always be the case. You're going to go through the low moments, but the highs are going to be right around the corner and we're going to keep going.